Hi, everybody. How are we doing out there? Welcome. I'm going to give 2 more minutes before we start. Just getting everybody chance to log in. And oh no, I just shut down the thing I needed to not shut down. That was silly. There we go. All right. Just so everybody knows, today I had some requests to talk about building a newsletter in kvCORE. I've done one before of these, but I thought we'd do another one since I got several requests for it. And after we're done building it, I'm going to show you guys how to make a landing page that you can post to Facebook for people to sign up to read your newsletter. Because I've had a lot of also people asking, how do I post my newsletter to Facebook and or post my newsletter anywhere really. And there's no way to like get a link to your newsletter because it's an email, right? But you can, I'll show you how to make a landing page where they can sign up and then we can have it trigger so that it sends them the email and they can read the newsletter there. So let's get started. I'm going to share my screen with everybody. All right. So in kvCORE, if you go to marketing and your smart campaigns, which I was actually already there, and you go to templates, there is a newsletter template in here that's like comes with your system and you can clone it. And if you want to use this, you totally can. I don't use this because it's a lot of content and I feel like no one has this much content that they're putting in a newsletter. And so the problem becomes you're like having to delete a bunch of stuff. I would rather just make a newsletter from scratch that suits my needs, if that makes sense. So let's do it. I'm going to add a template, email template, advanced editor. I'm in Kelly's thing today because mine still isn't connected correctly. So I would name this like, your newsletter. And I always say when you're making templates in kvCORE, put your initials up first, always. That way, because I'm always like, what did I name that template? And if you put your initials at the beginning, you can pull those up and then you can always get to your templates without having to filter through all the gajillion other templates that are in there from all of the other campaigns and stuff that are in there. So my newsletter templates. And I'm going to go through actually in done, and just so everybody kind of is aware, I head up Done For You services. This is the way we do the newsletters in Done For You. So you can totally do this. Everything in Done For You, you can do on your own. But in Done For You, if you don't want to do it on your own and you want to pay us to do it, we will do that for you. So in the marketplace, if you go to Done For You services and sign up with me, you can sign up to have your newsletters totally laid out and done for you, have blogs done for you, all that good stuff in the marketplace if you don't want to deal with whatever I'm showing you right now. Okay, so the first thing I like to do is I like to put in a header. So I'm going to bring an image over. I'm going to browse. And I'm going to upload. And I feel like there should be a header in here from when I've done one in the past from somebody. You can make your headers in Canva. Yeah, I use my I love kvCORE header. But just in Canva, actually, I'll pull this over. So let me show you in Canva here. A good header would, have your, something to do with your market, maybe It's something that's pretty, trying to find a good, like this, like here's a header, right? Like, your area, maybe your logo, something that's eye-catching, people will like, right? So anyway, I uploaded it. I'm going to insert it. Put that right here. Now, the next thing I usually put on a newsletter is some kind of information, like you could do a listing, you could do a video. And so if you wanted to put a video in, you just go to content again. You can either put core video in, which is if you have a core video account, this is a bomb integration and it's moving and it's pretty cool looking. Or you could do a YouTube video. And if you want to do that, you just put the YouTube URL in there. Let's find a YouTube URL to put in there. We'll do this one because I did this one the other day.
Hey, if you're a real
No. Now just be share. I need to copy the code. Be aware that if you're using a YouTube video, a lot of times what happens is this, where you're getting an ad playing beforehand. If you use an unlisted URL, so like, let's say that I understand that like a lot of people like want to drive traffic back to like an existing YouTube video, and that's fine. But if you are just doing like hey, this is my market, it's like a quick little video, I would suggest putting it on a unlisted link in YouTube, because that way you will not play an ad beforehand when they click through it. So you can do that. You can also, put padding around it. You can change, all sorts of stuff over here. And then I like to do like a divider. And then what we do in Done For You is we put 2 blog posts in for you. Now you can use blog posts, people a lot of times will do like keeping current matters or things like that, or you can make your own blog posts. In Done For You, we have a writer here that we do generic blog posts for you that come with the service, or for an extra fee we can do custom blog posts for you, which are local to your area, 100% original content, and they're more fun, like, hey, here's all the pumpkin patches you should visit for Halloween, or here's all the rooftop bars to go to for for the summer or whatnot. So I'm going to pull down a couple of pictures. So this is one that we did recently. We're like, okay, this is in Temecula. Here's all the, 5 wineries to explore. So I'm going to download that. And in kvCORE, what you would want to do, I'm going to pull the image over, browse, upload. Now, obviously this blog, what happened? Oh, really? I had 2 things on it, so it extracted it. Hang on. It extracted it in 2 things. That's very annoying. We're going to download it, but we're only going to download the first page so it doesn't go in the zip file. There we go. All right, upload. There it is. And then usually what I'll do is I'll put the first few sentences from the blog in here. Whatever. And then I'm gonna say I want a button. And what this is gonna do, say read this blog or explore wineries, whatever you want to say that you think is going to make them click. And you can obviously go up here and put the URL to your blog right here. And if you want it to be a little bit farther down, like you want it to line up at the bottom of this guy right here, you can put padding. Oh no, it's not the padding I want. Border radius. Where is it at? Line height, font height, background, solid, padding. There we go. And put it down there. That would be a little bit more farther down. And then I would, now I'm going to do this kind of weird thing where I'm going to take a row. I'm going to put it here. And I am going to put another divider. And the reason I'm doing this is because when you look at this on a phone, it's going to stack these. Like it's going to go this, then this, then this. And so if you don't have a line in here and you put another blog in here, it's going to be kind of confusing about which button goes with which blog, if that makes sense. Okay, but every time you change a row size, you got to drag over the new row size. So I'm going to go back to a split row. And then just for eye-pleasing sake, I'm going to put the image this side. I'm going to put the text over here. And let's see, let's find another one. The same area. And this is like, for instance, something that the client asked us to do a blog on. So if you order blogs from us and you want a certain topic, you can go ahead and ask us for that. You just have to do it in advance that month so our writer can write it. And then same thing, you'd have a first few sentences. You just copy that and pull it down. And also, like whatever your branding colors are, if you want to make it, you want to change these colors, you just put your hex code in. And you can change the colors if you want, for instance. Right. And then what we do usually, we do a market report. Yeah, that's what I wanted. I'm going to do another divider. Dividers between your content is just good, like I said, for the email side of things. And then what we usually do is rows. We put a market report on one side, and on the other side, we put a bunch of buttons that go to a bunch of squeeze pages on your website. So let me find a good market update here. There we go, there's a market update. This person asked for 2 different zip codes, but we can do a market update for a certain area, a certain city, whatever it is. You can do up to 2 areas when you're doing it through us. But of course, if you're doing it yourself, you can do whatever you want. if you do your newsletter through us, we do update it every month with the new stats from that market that you chose. And basically the point of your newsletter is obviously to keep in touch with people, but also to give them something that they want, you know, to have. So obviously these are great things to do because people care about what's going on in their area. You know, a video from you is always great. Market update is always good. And then what I like to do is I like to do buttons. With different search areas. So for instance, let's say you're in Florida, you could say, you know, here's all the homes with pool homes, you know, pool homes. And here's all the waterfront homes. And here's all the golf properties. But you could also do things like, you know, here's all the new construction. Or you could actually do like XYZ school district that's really popular in your area or whatever. And so you're going to do that. And then you can get then I like to do a market report button that says, get your free market report. So maybe they want it for a certain area. And in here, so these are all going to be squeeze pages. And then in here is going to be a market report squeeze. And I will show you guys. Let's see if I can do this without screwing this up. So in your lead engine, build squeeze, obviously you could do one for, you could make a squeeze page for, forget which MLS this is connected to, New York, yay. You know, for all of the pool homes. And I always make actually, this is something to think about. Usually squeeze pages, I'm making them sign up immediately. But if you think about it, you're sending this out through kvCORE. They're already in kvCORE. So it's kind of annoying to make them sign up again. So depending on where you're putting your squeeze, you might want to do never, which is what I would do for this particular squeeze. You can say newsletter, not that that'll actually, the source, none of this, how do I say this? So when you're doing a squeeze page, if they're not registering with the squeeze, so if you have never, none of this stuff really matters because we can't track it because they didn't sign up with the squeeze page. You're not asking them to sign up. So you're not going to have this here. If you make them sign up, then you could put in the hashtag, you could put in, you know, the source or whatever. But if it's never, it doesn't make a whole lot of difference. So then you would say you would generate the link, you copy it, and you would go over to here. No, here. And so what did I say? Pool homes. You put the URL right here. And then it's going to go to your pool homes. And to do a market squeeze, you're going to go to market report. And you're going to say, it actually doesn't matter what you say. It's really this you want. This right here. I mean, you can put the whole thing in there. It'll just say New York homes or this, but they might want something different. So if you just have it's your URL /market-report. Show you what it looks like. They can put in any area they want and then get a market report. So that's what I put here. And then what we will do for you is we will kind of mess with the padding on these until it gets to the point where this is level. And then we usually do another divider. Oh no, sorry, we're gonna need a row first. Row. Divider. And then we usually do some more buttons. And these buttons are what I call to action buttons. Call to action buttons could be call me. And you can, instead of it being open a web page for that button, it can be make a call, and you can put your smart number in here, you can put your cell phone number in here. If they click that button, their phone will start calling you. One thing to be aware of, there is a send SMS button in here, which I was very excited about when I figured it out. And then I'm very sad because it doesn't really work. And it's not on our end. It's just that a lot of email carriers are stripping out the SMS URL that gets put in here because of security reasons. And it used to be just one or two, and now it's almost all of them. And I think we're going to be removing this option because it doesn't work, and you don't realize it doesn't work until you send it to somebody it doesn't work for. So I wouldn't use that, but you could do make a call. You could also do, because the SMS doesn't work really, you can do chat with me. Here you can put in a URL and send it to your Facebook Messenger. So your Facebook, just so you know, your Facebook, when you have a Facebook page, whatever your Facebook page's name is, your URL for your messenger is m.me / the name of your Facebook page. And if you do that, if people click on that, then they can start chatting with you right on their Facebook Messenger. So let's go back here. m.me words now. There you go. Chat with me. Another one you could do is schedule. Let's get coffee. And you could do a link to your Calendly. If you don't have Calendly, you should totally get it. It's not something that, it's not something that we offer. It's just, go to calendly.com. Basically, what it does is it gives you a link. You hook it up to your Google Calendar or whatever calendar that you have, and people can schedule into your calendar, and you can do one calendar link for free. So you can do a bunch of different kinds, like an hour, 15 minutes, like this or that. Then you got to pay for like extra stuff. But if you're just doing one type of calendar link for one set time frame, it's called the same thing every time. It's free. So there's no reason not to get it. And then they'll give you a link, and you can schedule it into, you can put that right here. When they click on it, they can schedule, let's get coffee or whatever. Then I like to do, other, break it up, make it eye pleasing. You can do other buttons like, get your home value. And we do this for you as well. And you could just do a generic, like, search homes for sale. And we actually, if you're doing it through us, we make prettier buttons than that for those two things. Because you can make a button that it looks like this. Download this one page. And you can just link it link the picture. So instead of this, oopsies, delete. You could do a picture instead. Insert. So you can do like get your home value, and you can just take that image. You've got the image, but you can put a link in for the image. So the URL could say, could be like, obviously would be your sell page, which would be right here. Right there. So if someone clicks on it, they can get their home value, or they can search homes for sale. You can do another one. If you don't want these, if you put another picture here, I'm not going to download the other one, but just put the same one in. But let's say it was, search homes for sale. If you don't want them smack up against each other like this, just put some padding on it. So they look like that, right? And then what I would recommend is putting a footer on there. Let's find a pretty footer that I've done for somebody. With your contact information. So this is his header. And this is his footer. I'm going to download the top one. That we did for him. Content. Image. Browse. Upload. Now, obviously, once you make this, every month, all you really have to change out is, because these will all stay the same. This is all going to stay the same. You're just going to have to change out, update your graphic for your market and change these out, put in a new video. But you can just keep cloning this every month. Oh, the last thing I would definitely do is put your social media on here, and you have to, this does not pull automatically from your social media, that you've got to put it in. So, and there's a lot of different icons you can choose depending on what you have. But this is basically, your newsletter. And it's simple, it's easy, it's not a ton of information. But that's a good way to make a newsletter. So I'm going to add this template. Let me save this so I can find it. So now that we've got it, you can send it out. I always send it out. I mass send. I always make a newsletter filter in my CRM. And my newsletter filter is always just every single person that is subscribed to email. Because if you think about it, there's really nobody that you're not going to want to send that to. Unless you have a bunch of agents, I guess, in your database, in which case you can say, I want all of these, but no agents. And then, save the filter as newsletter. And then you have that. So then you would go to your marketing, all marketing, schedule a mass email. And you would just do it from your newsletter filter that I just made. You pick a time and a date, my template. And then you would schedule it. I'm not going to schedule this because Kelly has people in here and she would kill me if I did that, but that's how you would do it. Does anybody have any questions thus far? And then I'll show you how to post the landing page to Facebook. Anybody? All right. So I would, if I were you, the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna make a smart campaign. That's called, we're gonna add a trigger. Actually, we're going to do hashtag is HB newsletter. That's my trigger. Send newsletter. Or letter signups, right? And then let's find it again. There's a big list in here. Send newsletter. Okay. Again, I should put my initials on there. Okay. So when we go in here, we're just going to have one action. And that action is going to be an immediate email. Is to send out your newsletter immediately. Right? Oh. Newsletter agent to contact, my bad. So then you're going to get, okay, save changes. So now when anybody gets this hashtag HB newsletter, it's just the system's automatically going to send them that newsletter. So let's make the landing page. So you're going to say, get my monthly newsletter. And you can change these obviously to be like, area events, like whatever you're putting in there. Market stats. I'm just going to take this part out. Area, home searches. What else did we put in there? Latest listings, whatever it is you want to say is in there, right? I'll email it to you instantly. Right? So then that hashtag is the one you want up here, right? That HB newsletter, because that's what's going to trigger it to send. You're going to change the see the list now to get or like send me a newsletter, right? URL after login. If you don't put a URL in here, what's going to happen is it's just going to send them back to the your main website. I'm not a huge fan of doing that. What you can do, what I like to do, is I like to make a generic. Think about this, yeah, right here. A generic custom page that says something like, thank you for signing up. Check your email. We've just sent the newsletter your way. And you can make it, much bigger. You could even put in like a big heart picture or something like thank you graphic or something like that. The title is thank you. And all the custom pages on your website, people are like, oh, I don't want people to get to them any other way. If you don't put them in your custom navigation, they're not going to show up anywhere. Only if people go to the actual link, right? So save. Here's your thank you. And what it looks like is this. Right? And you can put that in your, where am I at here? Here, URL after login. And then that's it. And so you're going to save that. And FYI, the background picture here is what's going to show up when you post this out to Facebook. So if you want to put a different, background picture on there, we have a ton of different stuff on here. But you can also do a custom background as well. You just have to put in a URL for that background. So let's do that one. That's pretty. Okay, so I'm going to save it. Now I've got it. And FYI, I didn't know this either until a little while ago. Used to be that you'd have to like make a little page and save all of your landing pages, but oh no, wait. Where did it go? Figured this out the other day. See, I'm always learning stuff too. Actually, it's in all lead engine tools, I think. Landing page, past landing pages right here. It's hidden. You got to get your, so that you can find all of your past landing pages here. So that's mine. And the easiest thing away is to find it based on your hashtag. And then you can actually see how many people have looked at it too, which we didn't have before, which is pretty cool. I mean, I guess we've had it this year, obviously, but I didn't know. Okay, where am I? Facebook. There we go. So we want to go to Facebook. And so you can put this on Facebook. You can put this as a link, in your signature. You can put this on your, like a link in your link tree on Instagram. Put it on your LinkedIn. Hey, my latest newsletter is ready. Find out all the great wineries to visit this fall. You want to make it so that give them a little taste of what's in there, so they want to click, they want to sign up. Whatever you wrote in there, get market stats. And then you're going to put the link in there. We're going to take it out. And that'll stay in there. And then when you post that, then they'll click on it. Again, it's going to go to the landing page and they can sign up for your newsletter. And I know I mentioned Linktree. If anyone doesn't have one, or you can do BioLink too is another one. It gives you, like in your Instagram, you can only put one link in your bio. So you make it a Linktree link. This is one of my old clients. You can put all these links in. These all go back to your website, and she does have a Get My Monthly Newsletter one right there. So that is that. I'm gonna open it up for questions on this, and then if no one has questions on this, you can ask me questions about anything your heart desires and I will answer. Anybody? Nobody has any questions today? We got 30 minutes or 20 minutes left. I can show you anything. Having issues, wondering about something? Right. Okay. Well then I will shut her down, but it was a pleasure showing you guys how to do that. And we'll post this up to the YouTube channel pretty soon. And if you have any other questions, join us next time. We do these Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays at 11:30 my time, which is Pacific, 2:30 Eastern. All right. It was a pleasure, you guys. I hope you will have a wonderful day. Bye.